Welcome back to another episode of Quick Picks with the Geek. I'm your host, Bro Power the Geek. So let's talk UFC 306. All right, folks, let's address the elephant in the room. This weekend was rougher than a bad Tinder date. We only got 3 fights right. That's it. 3. I'd say I shouldn't quit my day job, but this is my day job. So, yeah, let's just say I'm open to career advice at this point. Let's break down where the wheels came off, starting with Edgar Chairez. He did exactly what I expected in the first round. But then he decided to throw the game plan out the window like a used napkin and just stand in the pocket with Van, which turned out to be as good an idea as texting your ex at 2 a.m. Huge shout out to Van, though. The guy took the fight on short notice, threw a million strikes, and had the cardio of a hyperactive kid on Red Bull. But seriously, Van's fight IQ is lower than the battery percentage on my phone by mid-afternoon. You hurt a guy to the body in the second round and then don't finish him in the third? Edgar, my man, you let us down. Then we had Yasmin, who should really fire her entire team. Whoever told her to stand and trade with a knockout artist deserves to be put in timeout. I did not expect that. It's like someone convinced her that swinging wildly with Ketlin, a power striker, was a good idea. I assumed her camp knew this was a bad plan. Boy, was I wrong. She brawled, she got slept, and I cringed. Truly shameful stuff. And then there was Manuel Torres, who decided to take a nap in the first round. I knew that fight was a toss-up, but man, I didn't think he'd actually get himself put to sleep that early. And, speaking of naps, Irene Aldana looked like she rolled out of bed right before the fight and forgot how to throw a punch. The headbutt split her open, and then it was like she just decided to barrel forward, eating shots like it was a buffet. Zero range control. Absolutely painful to watch. Out of 5 Mexican fighters on the prelims, only one won, and that was the teenager. Come on, guys, what are we doing here? Now, let's move to the main card. Ronaldo talked so much smack at the press conference only to get knocked out in the first round. Yes, you heard me. He was out cold, and the ref might as well have tucked him in, but the ref let the fight continue. Somehow, he rallied in the second and wrestled his way back into the fight. Osborne then made the decision to try wrestling in the third, lost position and lost the fight. Honestly, I thought Osborne had it, but I knew Ronaldo would get the win because, hey, it was Mexican Independence Day, and the judges were clearly feeling the fiesta vibes. Zellhuber versus Ribovics was a war, though. Ribovics won by split decision, but it was so close it could have gone either way. At least it was a good fight, but another Mexican fighter down. Now, Brian Ortega, man, that was depressing. He did nothing, got close to being finished multiple times. His striking defense is basically non-existent at this point, like he's trying to win with sheer willpower and no technique. At this rate, Brian might need to start considering a second career, maybe as a coach or motivational speaker. And finally, Alexa Grasso. She got taken down more times than a bad internet connection. Valentina didn't want any part of the striking game and opted for good old control time. It was like watching someone slowly collect points in a video game. Sure, Alexa tried for a few submissions, but it just wasn't happening. The fight wasn't thrilling, and I was more worried about falling asleep than seeing a finish. Now, let's talk about Sean O'Malley. What in the fuck was that? I swear he hit Merab in the face less than 10 times across 5 rounds. I don't know if Sean was hoping for some miracle or if he thought he was in a different fight, but it was like he showed up just to do the bare minimum cardio. Meanwhile, Merab was out there doing his usual thing. Takedown, reset, takedown, reset. It was like watching 2 guys circle each other for 25 minutes and then walk out without a single scratch. How do you fight for 25 minutes and leave without a bruise, a cut, or anything? And not to be that guy, but white people bruise easily, so what was going on? Now, out of 8 Mexican fighters on the card, only 2 won. And one of those was a questionable decision. I was expecting our Mexican brothers and sisters to show up big, but instead, it felt like that Canadian card where every Canadian fighter lost. I mean, come on. But hey, we move on to the next event, hoping for better results. Despite the questionable outcomes, the fights were entertaining, and the production was top-notch. It was a good show overall, just not for my predictions. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a beat when the next video drops. And don't be shy, leave a comment below and let me know how you did this weekend. Let's see who really has the crystal ball around here. Until next time.